Hi and welcome my friends. It's me Arun Kulu once again. I am inviting you to join me today for a wonderful session of knowledge which I like to share with you, and the things that are very important for especially the students who are in the house, practically locked inside and told not to venture out because this is a lockdown period. And if we follow this lockdown period, we are actually helping our family stay safe. We are helping our society to remain safe. And we are helping our state and the country to be protected from the pandemic that we are facing. So I was going through the mails. Some of you have written to me through your emails, some of you in the Facebook, some of you in the Instagram, some of you in Messenger and whatnot, and some of you have made your comments. So before I start with today's lesson that I'm going to share with you, I would like to read out those names, and these names I'm going to read out in random. Please do not mind that I'm not reading your name first or after. It's not like that. I just want to read out in random so that I like to thank each one of you. Your support, your comments are really encouraging me to make my lesson more interesting, and it'll be an interesting and learning experience for both of us. And to all those viewers, I like to say, please do help me by your comments. And let me go through those names once for you all. I have here Madhab Pathak. Thank you, Madhab. Mahadev Pathak, Mahadev Pathak. Thank you very much for your comments. Then I have Nature Vibes. Exactly, I do not know the person who is this Nature Vibes, but whoever you are, thank you very much. Then I have Mridul Goyari. Thank you very much for your comments and your support. Then Susmi Jajowar. I hope I'm pronouncing your name correctly. Then I have Sebastian Tuti, Gabbar we call him because of his beard that he keeps and the way he walks and talks. I think he really looks like Gabbar. And thank you, Mr. Sebastian, for your comments. Then Ulika Das, my neighbor, pretty girl who is studying in the college. Then we have Bidintha Goyari. He says, sir, I am proud that I can call you sir. I am proud that I can call you my student also. Bidintha, keep well. Then Anjali Kujur. This is a student from Guwahati. And thank you very much, Anjali, for your comments. Then I have Jubin Das. Jubin Das also is a bright student, a bright young fellow. I'm hoping that he does well in his future. Then I have Kanchan, a great singer, Kanchan Roy. Thank you very much, Kanchan Roy. Yes, after lockdown, please come. We will meet once again and we'll say namaste to each other. Then I have Dipen Pokhrel. I believe this is from Nagaland. And hi Dipen, how are you? Are you keeping well in Nagaland or wherever you are in the Northeast? Then I have Roshan Jajwar. Thank you very much, Roshan Jajwar, that you're following me. I hope you're learning some things that I'm teaching you through this YouTube. Then I have Jitu RJ Das. This is a great person from nearby. Thank you, Jitu, for your support. And all those whose names I have missed out. Next time when I go through them, I will again remember you. So please keep on supporting me and making comments so that it will be very practical for me to understand how you feel and how it should be done and how I can go on forward. In the very beginning, I would like to share with you another thought that has come to my notice is that many of you preferred that I also speak some of the languages that you speak. Some of you said, please, sir, sometimes speak in Assamese. Well, I'm not very good in Assamese, but I will try. And some of you said, please, sir, speak in Hindi also. I will do that also. My Hindi is not bad. Then some said, please speak in Sadri, that is our Adivasi language. And I said, fine, I will speak in Sadri also. So all those viewers who are watching me for all these different languages, I will try to mix all together at one time so that many of you who are following me will be able to understand the lesson in your language or in the way that you would like to be understood with. So thank you very much, and please do go through my lessons and we will try to have a good time. Also, I am planning, once this lockdown period is over, that I will come out of the home, take the camera and go out and show some of the areas or the places that is my neighborhood. Because during this lockdown period, it is not right for me to go out and shoot videos of my neighborhood. No doubt, the lockdown period, as by the government, has been relaxed, but I would not do that. But as soon as there is more liberty for us to go out, otherwise पुलिस का डंडा मिल जाएगा मुफ्त का, वो 2-3 डंडा मार देगा, हमारा बेइज्जत हो जाएगा. इसलिए जाना दरकार नहीं है. बाद में ज़रूर जाएंगे और I will visit you, I will come to you, and I will surely have a nice time with you. And you also can come and visit me after the lockdown period is over. So while we are experiencing this lockdown period, let's stay at home, let's enjoy with our family. I don't say watch movies all the time, but I will say, students, you need to go through your books. And your books are very important because they are going to be your future. And these books will teach you how you have to overcome your youth. And if you read, the more you read, the more you learn. Some say we learn by watching TV or watching the YouTube or watching this. Yes, you learn many things. And in the YouTube, you will find wonderful things that you can be learning by yourself. But still, I would ask you to read your books, because books can give you the real deep insight of the lessons. I'm going to talk to you today about economic geography, especially for the senior students who are studying in the higher classes. This lesson on economic geography will be very important for you because I will try to cover it. My videos take a little longer because in the classroom period, it is a 40 minutes period. But I have to finish it within 10 to 15 minutes because the long duration of the video causes you to get bored and you do not understand, or you try to skip it and you like to go and do something else. But then I have to shorten it, minimize it so that I can still be under your attention. So let's go on and learn something about economic geography. Okay, economic geography is a branch of geography which studies the human activities which are in relation to the production, distribution, consumption, and exchange of resources. So this geography, economic geography, literally deals with the beginning till the end, till it reaches to the consumer. We are talking about production, distribution, consumption, and also exchange of resources. This is the definition given by an economic geographer, that is C.F. Jones and G.G. Darken-Wald. This definition was given to us by these two great economists who mentioned that how economic geography is to be understood. Now, economic activities are not the same everywhere. It depends on the places that we live in. Some places, हम लोग जो गांव में हैं, गांव का इकोनॉमिक ज्योग्राफी अलग टाइप का रहता है. यहाँ पर आदमी सब खेती बाड़ी करते हैं, कोई गरु रखता है, कोई छागल रखता है, कोई कोई अन्य प्रकार का काम करते हैं. इसलिए और शहर का आदमी ताते बेलेग काम करे, অফিসত যায়, তাতে ইণ্ডাষ্ট্ৰিজকেইটা আছে. So we have varieties of economic activities which men are doing according to the place that they are living. If they are in rural, they do the rural type of activities. If they are in the city or in the town, their economic activities are different than ours, or it cannot be same everywhere. It depends on places and places, plus also it depends on the climatic areas that we live in, or the zones that we are settled in. Maybe in the equatorial region, the economic activities will be different than the temperate. Then from the cold polar regions, the economic activities again changes. So it is not the same for everyone to be doing the same type, because so many factors vary as for what activities we should do according to the time, according to the place, and according to the environment that we live in. Now, branches of economic geography. In these branches of economic geography, we have agricultural geography, we have industrial geography, then we have geography of resource, where the study is done on the resource that is available on the land. Plus we have transport geography, then we have marketing geography, then we have geography of tourism. These are some of the broad classifications given to us in our textbook. So these are the varieties of branches of geography that we are involved in. All are separated from each other because of the field that they are involved in. Now, there are 4 different types of economic activities that a man does primarily, basically, everywhere. And we are all going to know that somewhere or the other, whatever work we are doing regarding economic activities, we fit into this group. Number 1, we have the primary activities. This is the sector which is dealing with agriculture, fishing, forest resource, a collection of minerals, and collection of resources. It can be collection of coal or any other things that is found inside the earth. But this is the primary activities of man when they do all these kind of activities. Then we have secondary activities. Man transform what is collected from nature and changes it into the form which is usable. From nature directly we cannot use everything. Some things we can do directly, but there are many things which we cannot do directly. So in the secondary activities, what man does is it brings from the raw materials, it brings it out, and then it polishes it, shapes it, refines it, and then it goes to use it. So this is the secondary activity where man is doing this kind of jobs. After this, we have the tertiary activities. Tertiary activities, like the commodities produced using the primary and the secondary. The commodities using the primary and the secondary activities. Here, the activities are basically to reach to the consumer. अब सामान जो है, the things that we are making from primary and secondary in the tertiary activities, we as consumers use them, like transport, communication, marketing, wholesale, retail, tourism. These are coming under tertiary activities. Then the next one, the 4th one, is quaternary activities. In these activities, the things which the secondary and the tertiary activities can be made more easily available to the consumer are called quaternary activities. In this we have banking, publicity, media, administration, then we have education, research. All this comes under this kind of quaternary activities. Then we have things that we need to take out from the earth or from the soil or from anywhere, which we call them as resource. Now, resource are basically all the materials necessary for man. All the materials which are necessary for human life is called resource. Maybe you can say it in one line. जे जिनिस इंसान ले जरूरत है ओके हमने रिसोर्स कहिला. We call it resource. Air, water, sunshine, soil, plants, fruits, minerals, and you can name hundreds of them. These are all resource. Now again, resource has to be classified into three broad groups. Number one, utility. Number two, functionality. And number three, dynamism. These are the three basic ways by which resource is again subdivided. Utility, functionality, and dynamism. We'll come to the resource in dynamism because I find this is a very relevant questions for some of the exams that I've seen some of these questions being asked. जहाँ पूछे ना कि dynamism in resource का है क्या? So dynamism in resource are some materials, commodities, minerals which are not useful to man as of now, or we don't know about them, but we are not using them as it is, and they are just lying somewhere else unused. Maybe the country has not discovered those minerals. Nipahan तो हेले उमान के एखान हमने न्यूट्रल स्टफ कहिला जे कि हमने जरूरत में एखान प्रयोग नहीं करो थे, यूज नहीं करो थे, कि हमें न्यूट्रल स्टफ कहना. जे जिनिस कि हमने इन फ्यूचर हमने के इंसान का वेलफेयर ले हमने यदि यूज कर बोई, डेवलपमेंट ले हमने यदि यूज कर पार बोई और करेक्ट लगी उके हमने का हुए dynamism in resource. In future, this resource can be useful. This neutral stuff which are lying without any use because man has not discovered it or man is keeping it for the future is called dynamism in resource. Let me tell you once again, कोई देश अगर उसके पास रिसोर्स नहीं है तो डेवलप करने नहीं सकते हैं. हम लोग देखते हैं जो बड़े बड़े देश हैं, शक्तिशाली देश हैं, हाईली डेवलप्ड देश हैं, जैसा है अमेरिका, यूरोपियन कंट्रीज़ और कोई मिडिल ईस्ट कंट्रीज़, इतना ज़्यादा वो लोग डेवलप हो गए हैं क्योंकि वो लोग के पास इतना ज़्यादा रिसोर्स है. किसी के पास तेल है, किसी के पास कोल है, किसी के पास अन्य किस्म का मिनरल सब है, इसलिए ये लोग का देश इतना ज़्यादा डेवलप हो गया है. लेकिन हम लोग पाते हैं कि आसपास में 2-3 देश हैं जहाँ पर रिसोर्स बहुत कम है, कहेंगे तो है ही नहीं है. वो सब का देश का डेवलपमेंट बहुत आस्ते से होता है और इसलिए कहते हैं कि जो देश में रिसोर्स है उसका प्रगति बहुत स्पीड से बढ़ता है. हिंदुस्तान में भी बहुत रिसोर्स है, हमारा देश में भी बहुत रिसोर्स है और ये रिसोर्स ज़्यादा है, लेकिन हम लोग का पॉपुलेशन इतना ज़्यादा है कि हम लोग का रिसोर्स का फ़ायदा हम लोग को नहीं मिल रहा है. इसलिए हम लोग के पास अभी तक डेवलपमेंट इतना तेज़ी से नहीं हो रहा है. रिसोर्स इंडिया में बहुत है माने, लेकिन पॉपुलेशन भी उतना ज़्यादा है जो हमने इके बैलेंस करेक्ट नहीं पा रहे थे. जो रिसोर्स बटे जाएला तो पॉपुलेशन के बटे देखे से तो ये के दुगा हम दुई को बैलेंस करेक्ट नहीं पारो थी और हेले हमने ये रिसोर्स का फायदा हमने के ले नहीं पारो थी अभी now the people with scientific knowledge and technology, they have made use of these resources to such an extent that they are utilizing even the neutral stuff to its maximum. And when they use it to the maximum, they are getting very good results. And the country is developing, the society is developing, and they are creating all kinds of wonderful things which we never thought of 10, 20 years back. And this kind of resources are so important for a nation, because unless a nation develops with the use of this resource, it cannot sustain and survive in this world right now. We use resource because it makes our life comfortable and easy. Right now, because of the lockdown period, I'm using this resource to reach to you, the resource of YouTube, where you can ideally sit at home, lie on your sofa, or sleep on your bed, or do whatever you think you are doing, and you can listen and learn various things. So this resource is only because of the scientific development of mankind that we are able to use it. The men in the tertiary and coordinatory sector have the knowledge and the technology where it has involved man to be the creator or the producer of resource. So basically, since we have the knowledge, we produce, we create, we are also known as human resource. And human resource is also a very important thing in a country like India, where the development of human resource is high. That country is also a very developed country. Now let's classify resource into various categories. I will classify resource into number one, on the basis of origin. On the basis of origin. Like some resource, as we say, number one is natural. So natural resource, where they originate from our environment, like air, water, sunlight, all these are natural, so we call them natural resource. Then the next one is man-made resource. In man-made resource, we have wonderful things like clothes, house, schools, hospitals. These are man-made resource. Then the next one is human. Human resource are teachers, doctors, scientists, engineers. These come under human resource. The next we come on the basis of structure, how the resource has definite structure. In this we come, number one, under the basis of structure, number one is biotic. Biotic, all those living organisms or living resource like plants, animals, fish, crops, these come under biotic resource. Then we have abiotic resource. Under abiotic resource we have like which doesn't have life of its own, like soil, rock, minerals, coal, petroleum, water. They are abiotic resource because they don't have a life of its own. Last time I was talking to you about the resources that are found in nature. Number one, we talked about environment. And in this environment, we have the basis of availability. How that resource is available. Some of the resource, number one, is renewable. Renewable resource are plants, animals, air, etc. Then we have number two is non-renewable and non-renewable resources. I think you know, coal, mineral oils, and natural gas. These are non-renewable resources. Then the fourth one is resource on the basis of ownership. Individual resource, number one, that is land, house. Then maybe you can also put your character is your individual resource. Then you can also put the education that you get, that also is your individual resource. Then the second point is national resource. Under national resource we have river, bridge, roads, uh, government transportation, government schools, all those are coming under national resource. Then the third one is international resource. In international resource we have ocean, seas, then atmosphere, then the forest. These are international resource. So all these resources are based on these 5 characteristics, and you have to go through them to understand them, but I hope you are learning something out of them. Now all these resources, I told you, it is going to not last long with us, because uh, you know, we saw a large population present in this world. It will not be long that things will become scarce for us to find. Ohele, we need to conserve our resource. What is conservation of resource? Let's go through this. Conservation of resource. The act of possible complete utilization of any resource without any destruction and misuse is called conservation of resource. Resource should not be used in such a way that it is destructive or it is misused. You know, when in the beginning, when many of these products were not found, like petroleum products, man did not know how to utilize the crude oil which was coming out from the earth. So much wastage was done. But slowly we find now that many things, I will not name them now, right now, but 13 or 14 different things came out from the petroleum crude oil, because man learned how to use this resource for the maximum. Whatever it got, it used it for the maximum. So conservation is that you use it properly and you don't misuse it. How are we going to conserve our resource? How are we going to conserve our resource? Last time I told you that many of our resources or things that we have in our environment has to follow the 4 R's. And again today I'm going to say resource we need to conserve, because we have to keep it for the future generation also. So in this, number 1, we need to search alternative resource which we can replace other than that. I was reading through the news that by 2025 Delhi is going to become a place where they are going to use electric vehicles, where they will not allow diesel vehicles to run. So it's a wonderful initiative by the government, where they're trying to see that in this way they can conserve the petroleum products to be used, so that mankind in the future generation also will be able to use diesel or other things, because it will not pollute the environment. Now I have to go through the next one, that is recycling. We have to recycle our resources. Again, those R's that I had mentioned last time. Then innovation. We have to do some innovation where resource can be innovated and used again. Then again we have to control our waste. The waste that is being thrown out or not being used from the factories or from homes or from any place, we need to control the uses of, control the waste that is coming out. Then we have to learn how to know new things. Expansion of knowledge is important. And the second last one is proper impl- proper utilization or execution of the existing acts or laws which the government has laid down. That also is very important because the government has made many laws which are very important for us to follow so that our resources will not be simply wasted or misused. Then we need to properly assess how much resources we have. Unless there is a proper assessment of the resource, we will not know how to use it, or we might not properly use it. Then in the last we have to know how to properly assessment of our future requirements. In the future, how the resources are going to be uh, found, because many resources, as I've always been telling you, that many of these resources are going to be extinct or it will not be available in the future. So now we have to properly assess how much resource we have. There are many types of agencies which are being involved in uh, controlling, educating people in how to use or conserve the resources that are found in our world. In the international level, we have International Environment Conservation, which is under the United Nations Organization, and we have International Union for Conservation of Nature, that is IUCN, which was established in 1948 by a British biologist. His name was Julian Huxley. He was the first one in 1948 to come up with this International Union for Conservation of Nature, IUCN. Then under the United Nations, again we have WWF, that is Worldwide Fund, which is also very much involved in the World Conservation Monitoring Center, where they monitor how the resources are being properly utilized. In the national level, like in India, we have Ministry of Environment, Forest and Climate Change, which was started in 1986. Then under it, we have so many other things. But still, there are so many NGOs also who are working privately with the diligence and sacrifice, where they are starting and educating people on the use of resource and how to conserve resource. Some of the NGOs, big, very prominent ones, I would like to share with them, share their names with you. That is Center for Science and Environment, CSE. Then we have Greenpeace India. Now Greenpeace is a very big organization, NGO, which is working all over the world. Then we have Wildlife Trust of India. Then we have in Assam, we have Assam Science Society, R Run Yak, R Run Yak. Then remember, children or viewers, that World Environment Day is celebrated on the 5th of June. Now, what is the real purpose of celebrating this World Environment Day every year? I think these are organized in the school and in the state and district level, where the awareness is being given to the general public about the protection of our environment. Because all our resources are found in our environment, and when we properly get proper education about these things, then only our resources are going to be useful to us, not only to us, for the future generation also. So my friends, I hope you have learned something about this lesson on economic geography and how it is related to our day-to-day life, and how important it is for us to be aware of the various things that are happening around the world regarding conservation of resources and their importance in this present time right now. So it has been a long period which I had taken to you to make you understand this chapter on economic geography. I hope you have learned some basic knowledge you have gained from this. Plus, there is always books for you to revise and go through them, and you will get a more detailed explanation on this economic geography. Until then, thank you very much for watching, and thank you for being with me through this duration of this YouTube, where I was helping you to understand what is the meaning of economic geography. Until then, keep well, be safe, and be at home. Someone is coming. You better be inside your home. Thank you very much.